everybody. I'm Samantha from Magical Medicine.
And I'm Maria.
And today we're going to be talking to you about the midlife body and the messages that your body is sending you through your symptoms that you might be experiencing. This is really common in our clinic with midlife women coming to us feeling like they're not themselves anymore. They have all these symptoms happening and feeling that they really need to fix themselves and there's something wrong. But Maria and I, through our embodied longevity philosophy, really believe that the body is a messenger and that these symptoms, of course, they're present, but actually it's your body's way of communicating with you. And so we like to look at the symptoms from a much deeper level.
Yeah, I think what is normally happen, that's what we see so often, that our body is expressing certain symptoms. It can be a headache, it can be some pains in the body, and normally what happens, we want to fix them, and we want to fix them quick. And allopathic medicine is quite good with it. You have like you can take a pill, you can take another pill, and then you can take as many pills, and then your symptoms are managed, they're controlled. But what happens in midlife, everything becomes very apparent and very clear that you can't really know, you can't longer go the same way. You have to start listening to what the body is trying to tell you, because otherwise, if you're just treating the symptoms, it becomes unmanageable, simply unmanageable, because it's just way too much.
Yeah, and I think what people are noticing is what their usual operating system, what was working before, just suddenly stops working, and they don't feel like themselves anymore. They don't know why. What used to work isn't working. They're trying to mask the symptoms as they've always done. But what's happening in the female body in midlife is we're going through perimenopause and menopause, and of course, what that is a complete restructuring of our system. It's like a huge transition. And our hormones are changing, our estrogen is dropping, our progesterone is dropping. That has always kept us in balance. And so, it can feel very overwhelming and almost impossible to know where to start.
Yeah, because it's, if before you were trying to manage one symptom, then this time during the perimenopause and menopause for women, with all the hormonal shifts and like almost a mess, all the changes, restructuring going on inside. Along with that, you also need to manage all the symptoms, and also maybe you're not been feeling your best, and your energy may be low, and maybe you have more headaches, and your lower back may start to ache, and also there is emotionally may not be feeling very well, or like you haven't used to express your emotions properly, and then it feels like everything starts to shout at you at the same time.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, it really does. It kind of all hits you at once. And that's where many women they just go and see their GP and just say, help me. I don't know what to do. And what Western medicine is doing, as you said earlier, is it covers the symptoms. But what we came to realize, and through our years of studying Ayurveda and working with women, is that actually there is a much gentler approach, which is much more nourishing and a little bit more of a feminine approach to help in midlife, help restore vitality and help people feel amazing. And that's by actually looking at the body in layers. So we have a philosophy called embodied longevity. And what we do there is we basically look at the physical layer, what's happening symptom wise in the physical layer. We look at the energetic layer. So what's happening in your energy? How are you resourcing your energy? How depleted are you feeling in your energy? How are you protecting it? How are you restoring it? We look at the mental and emotional layer of your being, and how your thoughts, your mindset, your perceptions, your beliefs are shaping your reality and your experience in midlife. And then that's also deeply connected to another layer that's not really spoken about much here in the West, and that is your spiritual layer. And by that we mean how connected we are to our purpose, how connected we are to that which is bigger than us. And when we look at that layer, it also it taps into desires and unfulfilled dreams, and maybe that kind of more subtle element that it can also be part of the symptom. Like all of those layers, when you look into it, when you take one symptom, if you want to look at them and find the root cause of it, actually it's filtered through all of the layers. So it's really important in our work, we feel, to take somebody's symptom and then put it through this framework and actually guide them on how to restore balance through each of the layers. So it goes pretty deep, doesn't it?
It goes really, really deep because first of all, it's is determining the root cause. As everything that Ayurveda does, it first takes you to the root cause. If there is, especially when there is more than one symptom, then you have to address the body as a whole as a one unit, rather than like seeing one doctor for this and one doctor for that. That may work, but when you look at body as one and you get to the down to the root cause, and then the root cause there will be a physical root cause, something going on in the body, maybe hormonal changes, maybe liver issues, maybe just your body's craving for a detox. You just like there's too much toxicity and nothing. Maybe your digestive system is not optimal, and it can be a combination of many different factors at once as well. That's on the physical level. But then we go on the mental and emotional level and we say like, okay, so what have you been saying to yourself to cause this kind of a issue? Like, were you saying that you're not worthy enough? Were you saying that you're useless, that you are ugly? Like, whatever it is that what is your inner dialogue to yourself? And every day you're contributing to the same problem through that inner dialogue, maybe. Then on emotional level, how aware are you of your emotional state? Like maybe there are some traumas which are contributing to this particular disease process, and that the symptoms are messengers for that emotional trauma that you had. Or maybe you're just unable to express emotions even with your near and dear, and you try to suppress them. That's what very many women do, because if we are expressing our emotions, we are told that we are dramatic, too much, that we are like absolutely crazy. So there is no space where we can be held, and we're not taught to express those emotions in the way which is acceptable in the society, but also healthy for us, that we don't need to suppress them all the time. And then they just emerge as a as a volcano, uncontrollable completely. But it will happen. It will happen if you don't address and speak to your body. And as you said, the spiritual level is that it's the deeper connection to yourself, but also connection to society, connection to other people, connection to purpose. So it's all about connection.
Yeah.
And if that is not addressed, like, if you don't have connection with other people, I think there was a longevity project and they were talking about blue zones, and they were doing the research. And that was one of the factors in the blue zones. All the people were living longer because they were in touch, they were in community, they were not separated.
Yeah.
That's also a very, very important layer, how you see yourself as a part of society, how you communicate with others, and what you do for others.
Yeah, definitely. You just said something very important there regarding the community, because we can often feel very isolated as we go through these experiences in midlife. It's hard to get the answers. Like maybe you're going to people who are giving you part of the answer, but you don't have the answer. You don't feel right in yourself. And at Magical Medicine, what we wanted to create was a free space for women in midlife who are not feeling like themselves anymore, who are having these changes, who are feeling confused, who want to be with like-minded people, to share their experiences and to know that they're not alone in this journey. Our free space is called Joyfully Wiser, and it's a Facebook community group where Maria and I hold a space for you to come and share your experience, and we guide you with Ayurvedic insights and different techniques to help you feel, really to move you away from feeling midlife disorientation into cultivating abundant vitality. So if you're interested in that and it resonates, we're also going to be diving deeper into this subject of embodied longevity in midlife, in a workshop, which will be done inside the group. So do join us if you're interested.